Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's happening. So I have like an hour before my DCP interview. I decided I'm just gonna wear my Neverland sweater and my Monsters University hat to just keep me calm. I'm literally trying to like log in to my laptop, scan my notes, just make sure I have everything, even though like I have an hour, just trying to be prepared. So yeah, so really nervous, trying to calm myself down, maybe like watch some Mickey shorts and just go over my notes. I'm literally like holding on to my Oogie Boogie. So update, I actually posted on the official DCP on Facebook. They actually posted a post and I was like, oh, I have my phone interview today, just because I've seen like so many people do it and I decided to do it. They actually just responded and they were like, oh, like good luck, we know you will do well, and that made me feel better. So, alright, like deep breaths, Leslie, breathe. No. Okay, so it is 30 minutes before my interview. Literally got my setup, listening to Happily Ever After, hoping I don't get copyright. Have my notes in front of me, have my laptop as well, like right next to me. Please don't die. So I can make like a reference to it. Oh, it's sticking out. So, probably gonna upload this like the second day after the interview, so probably not gonna say successful or unsuccessful. This is great. Alright, decided to change my Monster U hat for the traditional mini ears just because I feel more comfy. I actually just recently lost my AirPods, so that's great, but luckily I have the backup ones, so I'm just gonna do headphones just because I want to hear them clearly. It's like, like still a couple more minutes before it's supposed to start. We'll see how this goes. My heart is so pounding. Alright, I'm good. Just shaking off my nerves. What is that on me? I have a Disney park price tag on me. I don't know if I'm right, because this house is literally full of Disney park items, so I have no idea what was $19.99. Not this jersey though, because it's like one of those spirit jerseys, but like for Peter Pan. So. So it's 2 more minutes until it's the 15 minutes before they can call you mark. My interview's at 6. Well, it's scheduled for 6, but usually when you do an interview with Disney, they will tell you that they can call you 15 minutes before or 15 minutes after your interview time. So right now I'm just like getting ready. I have my headphones ready to go. Just need to plug it in, charging my phone just a little bit beforehand. I have like 82%, so I should be good, but still kind of like freaking out, if that makes sense. Had a little jam sesh, trying to get the jitters out. Literally, I've seen so many like Disney college interviews, like phone interviews, and no one really talks about the fact that like couple minutes leading up to those 5 minutes, like your heart just races. Like your heart literally just goes like boo 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 boo. And like, oh gosh, like I'm nervous, but at the same time, like I'm trying not to be, like I'm just trying to be like relaxed as possible. And like I keep looking at my phone and I'm just like, it's gonna happen like any minute now. So yeah, and a lot of people who don't know, actually this is my 4th time applying, and this is actually the 2nd time that I scheduled an interview. The first time actually I was not able to do the phone interview just because I actually saw the time frame for it, and oh, that's my friend Izzy. And I saw the time frame for it and I would actually miss my own wedding, so I decided to cancel my phone interview, which, I mean, like, part of me is kind of sad, but at the same time, like, can't really miss my own wedding. And that's my bad for not really focusing on the dates, because I thought I could make it at a later date, but it turns out I wasn't able to. So yeah, this is my second time getting a phone interview. So we'll see. Like, hopefully everything goes well, and then if not, you know, that's okay. Like, you just gotta keep moving forward. You gotta just keep swimming. And I'm just honestly happy that I could even have a chance to even say, like, I passed the Disney College Program web interview twice now, and then got a phone interview twice now. Like, I'm honestly happy to say that. Alright, so it is 15 minutes before my interview time. This is when they can call me. I am freaking out a little. I don't know if they're gonna call now, or I don't know, like, any moment now it's the call. It's very interesting. Whew. Oh my gosh. I really hope everything goes well. Okay, so these are actually my second notes. Actually, no, my third notes. So the first time I printed out my notes, I brought them home and I lost them. Like, I don't know where they are. They completely went missing. And then the second notes, I was like, okay, I have them, and I wrote everything down that I needed to. I even wrote down my 3 questions to ask my recruiter. And I was like, okay, this is great. Like, I'm good. I feel great. And I went over them, and I'm like, I'm great. And at the end of the day for my work, I was like, all right, let's go. And we were halfway through, like, to get home, and I literally yell out, my notes! And I, like, almost literally slammed on the brake on the car, too. And I feel so sorry for my fiance, because my fiance was in the car with me. He's just like, what just happened? I'm like, my notes! I'm like, it's a good thing I still have them on my computer, but, like, I still had a whole bunch of stuff written down. And, like, he's like, okay, do you want to go back? And I'm like, no, at this point, it's too late for it. Just keep going. So we got home, I printed out my notes, and I wrote down as much as I could remember from the first 2 original ones. So that's been great. It's been it's been very chaotically fun, as you can tell. And then when I got home, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna wear my DC or my Monsters University hat because I love it, and it's actually a really meaningful story behind this. So I actually originally started college in 2014, and I actually dropped out. And a lot of my family were always telling me that, like, I would never go back, that, you know, it was a good thing that I dropped out and that you probably couldn't do it, and I wanted to prove them wrong. And a motivation to actually get back into school was the DCP, and I told myself I'm going to buy the Monsters University hat when I am ready to apply, and when I am officially 1 year back at school, because this will be my reminder to keep going and to just keep swimming and to keep trying and keep moving forward. So I really wanted to wear this hat so badly, but the thing is, like, it just bothers me. Like, it's like right here, so it kind of bothers me a little, while the ears, like, yeah, they're tight to my head, but I feel like I'm so used to wearing ears, and I'm not used to wearing hats. Like, I don't ever wear hats, which is really weird to say, considering that, like, you don't really should wear mini ears that often, but I do. So it's a little bummer, but it's okay. And then I also had the original, one of the first mini ears that my fiance bought me as well. So I'm having them closed for good luck. And I'm looking at the time, and it's like 1 minute until my phone interview time. So yeah, didn't mean to get so deep there in a little bit with the hat, but that's what I decided to have close by me, just because I feel very comforting for them to be here, and it just kind of helps me calm down a little. And I like I said, I just want to be in an environment where I'm calm and I'm not freaking out, and that I can just be myself, because that's one of the things that I really want to stick to the interview, is just being myself and showing them really who I am as a person and why I feel like I'm a perfect fit for Disney. So yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it's happening. Hello? Hi, this is she. Hi, Elizabeth, I'm doing good. How about yourself? Yes, this is still a perfect time. Both my parents are actually born from El Salvador, so from a young age, they actually made sure that I knew English and Spanish. So, and that's come in handy so much, so I'm really thankful that they were able to do that. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Hmm. Yes, I am familiar with the Disney look. Mhm. No, I don't have any tattoos at all. No, I just have my lobe pierced, that's it. Mhm. Yes, I do. Yes, I did, and they worked perfectly. Well, the reason is one, I absolutely love Disney from a young age, and two, since I love Disney so much, and since the first time I went to Walt Disney World and they were able to create such a magical moment, I knew I wanted to do that. I wanted to create such magical moments for different people because you don't know what they're going through, and you don't know if that trip will change their life like mine. So when I found out there was a chance to actually work with Disney with the Disney College program, I think I was in junior year of high school. I literally dedicated so much time to look at videos of DCP and watch a whole bunch of watch a whole bunch of interviews as well. And that was actually one of my motivations to stay in college and get good grades, just because I really, really, really want to work for Disney. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, it sells text to the government. So I'm basically selling technology to the government, and I actually cover for Virginia's agencies. So that is what my main focus are. Those are my, yeah. So I have a lot of experience with sales, and I feel very comfortable talking on the phone because that's actually what I do there a lot of the times. Is just talk to basically our guest and make sure that everything is okay. And I actually have a little saying, is I call it my Leslie magic, and they always say that over and over again, that that's what they love about me. Oh, me too. Well, I definitely think that throughout all of this, you definitely have to learn patience, especially talking with different guests. And on top of that, I think that you also need to stay positive because you don't, like I said before, you don't know what the person is going through. That could, like, that little smile and that little pep could really make their day. And I think that's a skill that I've acquired. And if I'm honest, I feel like that is the reason why a lot of guests do tend to come back to me. I still actually have people that I used to work with in the salons and in the banks that actually still look for me. They actually still want my help just because they're like, you're just so bubbly and friendly, and we just feel very comfortable around you. Yeah. Well, I definitely think it's a little bit more fast paced in Disney World and Tropical Smoothies because I do live in Virginia. So in the winter times, it can get kind of cold, and a lot of people don't want smoothies when it's cold. But I think it also helps because I know how to manage my time as well with it. But in the summers, we are busy, so I know that I can handle the rush. I know I can manage time, and on top of that, I know what to prioritize as well. Yeah, of course. Well, when we were in Tropical Smoothie, I made sure that everyone followed the guidelines just because I was a night leader. So during nighttime for Tropical Smoothie, I had to make sure that everything was clean. And a lot of people sometimes, they would just kind of pass the rag over. I'm like, no, 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 we got to make sure that everything is okay. Just because, you never know. Maybe somebody's allergic to strawberries and we don't want to contaminate something. So I was always making sure with that. And as well as a teller, you do have to be trained in safety, just because for bank robberies or anything like that, which that actually happened twice to me, and I made sure that yeah. Actually, the police officers, when they were looking back at the tape, they were like, wow, you were very calm, like you couldn't tell. And I was like, well, yeah, that's what they train you. I want to make sure that I'm keeping my workers safe, and I'm also keeping the guests safe there, because if I start freaking out or if I spook the person, that could, result very dangerously. So safety to me is very important. I always want to make sure that I stick to the guidelines, and I always want to make sure that everyone around me as well is sticking to the guidelines. And if that means I have to speak out a little bit, then that's what I have to do. Yeah. Yes, I do. No, I haven't, but I actually did save my cousin's life. She thought she could swim at the age of 3. Yeah, she was like, I can swim, and she was slowly drowning, and I was like, no, and I jumped in after her. So I was like, okay, let's keep an eye on her. Yeah. I, I, I was like, there's a joke that says Leslie can do it all. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm not pushing anything to just make a sale. I'm making sure that I am listening to the customers and making sure that I am listening to what they want. For example, if it's a certain years and they don't have it in stock where we are, I can definitely make sure I can see where they are, maybe guide them to the right one. I want to make sure that they walk out of there smiling. So that is one trait that I feel like that would help really well in the merchandise. Well, I would first let them know, it's sold out. I understand, you've really wanted that item. And I can let them know that I'm going to look over to make sure when's the next restock we have, or maybe if there's another area that might have it. But I would make sure that they leave with an answer and they're not kind of up in the air of what's going on. Yeah. Well, I actually used to do drama in high school, and I actually used to help out with costuming and makeup design and everything like that. So that's the reason why it interests me. But also, just because I know that it's very crucial to making the Disney magic is to make sure that everything is okay and everything is polished. And because if I'm honest, I feel like every role is very important to that Disney magic. But that's one of the reasons why I was really interested in it. Well, with custodial, one, I'm actually a very cleanliness person. But also I feel like when you go to the Disney parks, you kind of have this image of everything being clean and proper. And I don't want to ruin that magic or that illusion for anybody. And if I'm completely honest, like I said, I just want to be a part of that magic. So that was the reason why I was very interested in it as well. Yes, actually, when I was in Bazoo, just because I was a little bit more friendlier, and I think because my family is really big, so I'm kind of, and I'm the oldest, so I'm used to little kids. I was always helping out with the little kids. I actually did a lot of girls' hair for Disney on Ice when they would come. So I would actually I would call it the Elsa braid, and they would just come out there smiling, and they just loved it. And I think that's the reason why, if I'm completely honest, that was kind of like my dream to actually work at the Bibbidi Bop Boutique. Just because just seeing their face and just seeing them light up when they look in the mirror and they're being told, you look like this princess, or you look like one of their favorite characters. It's just one of the best feelings ever. Well, I would let her know, I'm a fairy godmother in training, and I would also let her know that, when Cinderella was getting ready, she didn't really know her fairy godmother, but she had so much trust, and look at her, she was glowing, and she was going to the ball, or if maybe she had a Disney princess shirt, kind of relating back to it, like Belle, and just going, oh, I love her hair, maybe we can do something like that, so you could just look like her, and go see her, and, try to keep that magic alive for them. Yes, I'm able to. I did. I am doing business administration now, but I do actually want to do marketing soon. And I was wondering if I was able to do the program, would I be able to talk to anyone who is in marketing? Just because I do want to do marketing for Disney. Okay, yeah, that sounds great. Thank you. So I have two more questions, sorry. One of them is I was actually wondering, because I heard that you could live off site. I actually do have a uncle that actually lives about 5 minutes away. That's why I'm kind of used to that drive. Yeah, I'm used to that drive to Disney, and I kind of know the area well. I was wondering if that's an option still. Okay, that was very interesting. And the last question that I actually have is, did you do the program, and what advice would you give to make sure you take full advantage of the program? Got it. Well, thank you. And actually, I'm really glad that you were able to do the program. It sounds like you had a great time. All right. Well, once again, thank you so much for your time, Elizabeth, and thank you so much for answering my questions. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. You too. Bye. Oh my gosh, guys, I did it. My cheeks are so rosy red. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh gosh.